Idolatry. Spirituality. They repackage and brought it back to us.
Now, what about the Islam? Almost repackaging.
Islam, we have two Islams. You see, African words or names coincide with Arabian words because it was black people who created the Arabian language in Sudan. So when you go to Sudan, they will tell you they are the original Arabians. And even the Arabians at Saudi Arabia right now, they were black people. It is the Romans who went and conquered them and took over that land. They saw that they have to conquer Africa and they have to conquer black people, our spiritual stronghold, which was Egypt, Ethiopia, Arabia, and Israel. But they couldn't conquer Ethiopia. So the Ark of Covenant that they speak about in Moses, in Deuteronomy, and whatever, is in Ethiopia right now. So everything in the Quran, in the Bible, is talking about black people. But they've hidden this truth from us. So the Romans, after creating Christianity and spreading it through war and conquest. So when they conquered our forefathers and coerced them into Christianity, they saw that they were not practicing it wholeheartedly because they knew the truth. So they said, okay, take their children, build mission houses, take them there, teach them only the Bible, what we have actually to go and teach them. So whatever pastors preach, from head to toe, is not in the Bible. Anything a pastor preaches is not in the Bible.
Those days or now?
Today, now, everything a malam is preaching is not in the Quran.
What are you talking about? We go there to the
Let me give you a proof. You take an illiterate or a small boy who cannot read and write, then force that boy to memorize an Arabian language book into the head, then you teach that boy the meaning of that. Then the person will grow up, quote from the Quran in Arabian language, explain the meaning in his language. Meanwhile, he does not understand Arabic language. So whatever he's saying, whether it is true or not, he does not know.
Hey!
Yes!
This is serious.
You are in this country, and I'm sure you have come closer with Muslims. 90% of our Malams are illiterate. They can't even read nor write in their own native language, not to talk of English or Arabic. But they quote from Arabic and they explain the meaning to us. Meanwhile, when you give them Arabian newspaper in Arabic, they can't read and tell you the story. When they listen to TV programs from Arabia and they're talking about politics, they can't tell what they're talking about.
It's the same language.
Yes. But we have pastors here who are illiterate. They can't read in Twi, neither in English. But they are pastors. What are they preaching for?
They are reading for them and they are translating in their language.
You don't understand?
We are the biggest. This is a revelation. Please make a quote out of this for me. What?
So no single pastor.
This is deep. This is deep.
No single pastor on the African continent is preaching from the Quran. And no single malam on the African continent is preaching. No single pastor is preaching from the Bible. Even the whole world, because there's nothing in Christianity that is in the Bible. Christianity, in the Bible, they say the women should cover their heads. Do they cover their heads? They say women shouldn't speak in the churches. They sing drum. We have women pastors. They say God told Moses, move your sandals. Where you are standing is holy. You are in the holy place and wearing your sandals. Everything about Christianity.
Name them.
Yes. Everything about Christianity is not in the Bible. The name Bible is not in the Bible itself.
Huh?
From Genesis to Revelation, Bible is not in the Bible itself. Because
now who's a holy Bible now also. Who be a first page, you know who Bible?
Oh, be natural way now what title Holy Bible. But in seminary women the Bible anywhere Bible didn't say Yahweh can say more five Bible way na mun sum. And so I will need a pastor or a malam to come here and debate me. Muslim and Christian scholars, let them come. There's nowhere in the Bible that you see the name Bible. The Bible etymologically is from the Greek word biblios, which means little books. So when Constantine was creating Christianity, when you want to create a religion, you must get a prophet and lie to the people that The Creator sent that prophet, his message through that prophet to you. And you must get what? A scripture, a book. I hope you understand. So Constantine needed a scripture. So he took the Jewish books, Zabur, Torah, and what have you, and brought Greek philosophers at that time. You know, Greeks were the most civilized during that time, after they came and learned civilization from Africa. You know, Africa brought secular education. We invented reading and writing. We invented mathematics, alphabets, everything. So we were leading civilization. When the Greeks came and learned, the conquerors, and they took over the world. So their language was the widest spoken one. And they had philosophers. So Constantine called them, told them they should combine all the books, the old ones. Good, the old ones. After the death of Jesus, or Yeshua, or anything like that, they said, anybody who saw what Jesus did or said should write and come. So people wrote their books. And then they gathered all these books and they say, take this one out, take this one out, take this one. So they took what they wanted and compiled those ones to form the New Testament. So there was nothing called New Testament during Jesus' time. There was nothing called Bible during Jesus' time. So even if that Jesus should come, but if you call him Jesus, he will not know that you are calling him, because there was no baby who was named Jesus after his birth.
Hey!
No baby. Because they told us that Jesus, the etymology of the name Jesus is from Yeshua. Yeshua became Joshua. Joshua became Jesus, blah, 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 and now Jesus. Names don't transform when they are crossing.
What about Muhammad?
Muhammad, as a key person, I call him Muhammad. English Muhammad, everywhere Muhammad. But I'll come there. So they form a book, Bible. They edited. Constantine, after inviting them, confined them in a structure with his soldiers surrounding them. They didn't even go out to defecate or pass a urine. They did everything inside there. So they coerced them to translate the Bible to suit their agenda. They wanted to create a God. So they have to take somebody and say that person who came was God. So the person is dead, he's gone, and he has come back. So they want the world to worship Asasia and her son. But when you say that, people will not worship them because they know they are idols. So they are God who came. So they merged the two names, Jesus and Yeshua. That is that guy who was God. How should somebody come and walk the face of this and die and become God again? If you compare the size of this earth to this universe, the size of this earth is like air particles. As I'm telling you, some of us are delving into science, archaeology, history. History is in two forms. We have the history the white people are presented to us. We have the Kemetic history.
The real ones.
Yes. Then finance, then theology, then scientific spirituality. So when we speak, you think that we are prophets. So I could be a Christ because the knowledge I have gathered. So I could be a Christian. So if I say I'm a Christian, that doesn't mean. So we have two forms of Christians. The false religion, which they've converted a lot of people into it. So you are just there wasting your time. You raise your hand to pray to a false God. You're praying to nobody. But they do the practicality over there in the Catholic Church, the Vatican. So right now, as I speak, the Vatican, which constitutes about 802 people in the 2020 population census, that year, 802 people, with a land mass of 0.2 square kilometers, is richer than the whole of African continent. And it is the richest single entity in the whole world, second to only the United States government. They have assets worth over $10 trillion. Because when they opened the churches worldwide, when the tithes were coming, they didn't spend them, they invested them. And they also do the practicality over there to get what they want. And they told you should raise up your hands and pray. So we have prayed up to date, we've got nothing. And we are not even asking ourselves, is it these people, haven't they lied to us? So when they saw that religion was fetching them a lot of money, they excluded themselves from the country Italy. Vatican is a suburb of Rome. Even Accra Kaneshi is bigger than the Vatican.
Accra Kaneshi.
Yes, it's bigger than the Vatican. So